Hello, welcome to what I hope will be the first of many weekly martial arts videos. These videos will show you how to do different techniques in the martial arts. And what I hope to do with these to make them a little bit different from some of the other videos out there is not only show you how to do the technique, but show you a lot of the common bad tendencies people have when trying to execute the techniques. So today we're going to start with the Sidekick. And first I'll show you how to do it correctly. And then we'll move on to a lot of the common bad tendencies people have, so then you can go back and look at yourself and how you perform the technique and see if you fall into any of these bad tendencies. So with that, let's go to how to do the Sidekick properly. So we're ready to do our Sidekick. First most important thing with a Sidekick is that we fully turn our hips. Okay? And the hips are connected to our feet. So first we have to turn our feet from here. It's very important that you turn your foot roughly all the way around, okay? And in this position, you can either come up, chamber, and then complete the turn, or come right up to the full chamber position, which I believe is a little bit faster. After we've done that, our hip is extended in the right direction, and we can kick out, okay? So, all together, what you want to do is turn and kick. Make sure when you're doing a side kick, you hit with the heel of your foot as the main impact surface, or at least the part of your foot that hits first. Okay, so here's a little bit different view. We come up, kick out, and back. Again, making sure that our foot turns nearly all the way around. So from here, we're going to come up, kick, and down. Now we'll go over some of the things people tend to struggle with the side kick. One of the most important ones is the impact surface. A lot of people think of this kick more as coming out as a roundhouse kick. So they tend to hit with their toes on the side of the target here. It's important to remember that first we're turning our foot and our hip so that we can hit with the heel. Okay? And the other thing is, if we don't tuck our hip over, our impact surface is always going to be positioned incorrectly. Notice that when you do a side kick, you want your toes pointed down at the ground a small amount, or at least out towards a 90-degree angle to the, a parallel line to the side. Okay. What tends to happen is people will kick here and end up with their foot not turned over properly. Well, why is this? Because my leg is connected to my hip. If I don't turn my hip over, then my foot is going to have to fight my body to turn. From here, if I turn my hip over, oh, look what happens. My foot falls right into position. So it's important here, we bring up our hip, turn it over, and then extend. From this position, it's not very hard to get your foot in the right area. Okay? So it's important we come up and kick prematurely. We're going to hit with our toes instead of the heel. And we're going to come in from the wrong angle. Remember, side kick doesn't come in like this and then kick. It comes in straight like a spear, up and then into the target. Okay? So those are some of the common misconceptions with the side kick. Now, a side kick can be done with the back leg turning, which is what I've been demonstrating here, but it can also be done with the front leg, which a lot of beginners find easier. And this can be a way to practice getting your foot in the right position because your hip's already relatively turned over to where it needs to be. So from here, we're going to use our front foot and basically just pick up our knee and turn our back foot just a little bit and be in position here. And do this with a shuffle, okay? And you can just do it here. Okay. Keep in mind the front foot is going to be faster as well. So in a sparring match, typically we see the front foot used with the side kick more than anything else. It can be an offensive or defensive tool. When we talk about turning the hip over, I just want to give you one different viewpoint so you can see what I'm talking about. From here, a lot of people will roll over and they'll have this sort of a angle between their leg and their foot. So they're not rolling their hip over all the way, and they create this angle, which is fighting your body. It's just, it's not comfortable, it's not healthy. So what we want to make sure is we turn our hip over and kick out, thus creating a straight line between our leg and our body here. And that's an important thing to look for. If you're kicking like this, you're creating a nasty angle that's going to tug awkwardly at your joints. And again, like I say, it's not a healthy thing to do. So keep that in mind as well when you do a side kick.